Cheer! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boy, Dirtbag Dan. You are watching a special little sneak tidbit edition of the Dirtbag Dan Show. I know I said I'd be live by now, and I'm not, so I'm a fucking liar. But I will be live very soon, and to hold you guys over, I also did fucking like 3 battles in the last fucking month, so you can watch one of those. We're gonna have a conversation, an interview here with a legend in this fucking acapella battle rap game. One of the forefathers. If they made a fucking little Mount Rushmore of this battle rap shit, this guy's face would be on it. Ladies and gentlemen,
thanks, man.
Iron Solomon in this bitch.
What's going on, people? What's going on, Dan?
Yeah, man. Fucking A, man. This is wild. He's in Pacifica. We're in Pacifica right now, which is like about an hour outside of San Jose, just a little bit, 20 minutes outside of San Francisco. And fucking, I hit up Awkwards. I was like, man, if you see Solomon, tell him to holler at me. We'd love to get an interview. And fucking A, as soon as you said, I'm in the Bay, I was like, fuck a phone interview. I'm driving here.
You make it happen. Meet up, you know?
So what's the deal? What do you got going on? You're on tour right now. You did this, the Reno show with Awkwards. What do you have lined up?
Yeah, so we just did Reno last night. On September 28th, we're in LA, or Pasadena at the Terrace. October 2nd, we're in Vegas. And then 3rd, 4th, 5th is Albuquerque.
Oh yeah, ABQ.
Omaha, Nebraska, and Little Rock, Arkansas, and then I think the 7th is Boston, and the 8th is Rhode Island.
That is the wildest fucking tour.
Man, tell me about it.
That is insane.
It's not linear at all. It don't make no sense.
And what are you promoting a new project right now?
It just kind of sprouted up. You know, a promoter reached out to me and wanted to put it together, so it's kind of odd timing because I actually have a project coming out Halloween. Okay. So it kind of makes more sense to usually go on a road after.
Leading up. You got to do the tour before the tour.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So I'm kind of, I brought my laptop with me. I'm, doing final mixes and editing beats and vocals and shit while I'm on the road.
Okay,
so multitasking like we all got to.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, man. What's the name of the project that's dropping in October?
Project is a free project. I guess it's a mixtape, but it's all original.
Fuck yeah, man.
Production for myself, from a couple other people in my circle, and doing it with Green Lantern, which is the first time I've really partnered with a DJ and I've just done something myself. So
you just Green Lantern though. No, we didn't want to fuck with anybody that was too big out there. But that's cool that it's free. Yeah, I'm all about that free music shit right now.
I'm excited because each of my projects, I did the Red Rum Radio mixtape, then I have the Monster album, and now the Killer mixtape, and each one has a different theme and sound. Yeah. And it's dope to have free projects and be able to do different kinds of projects so you can explore different avenues as an artist and not always do the same thing. So this one is kind of this is the cover actually. I got the cover on my back.
I seen that, the Iron Maiden Killer's joint. That's fucking tight.
So it's called Killer, and it's got a little rock theme, but not it's not like rap rock. It's more about the attitude, the kind of darkness. And
I always thought MOP was very rock.
For sure.
You could throw them on at a metal show and motherfuckers would start moshing to that shit.
So there's some shit like that, and then it's just dark. It's kind of aggressive and dark, but I think people will really like it. I focus more on just rapping my ass off this time, whereas on the album I kind of was way more heavily involved in the production. We brought in the live strings and the horns, and on this one I just kept it a little more simple and tried to focus on just being a rapper.
That's cool, and I think that in this day and age, it's you got to go out and get your money anyways. You know what I mean? Sure. It's natural to be here's the free music. I'll be on tour. I'll be in your city. You know what I mean? And that's the new game. You guys choose what you want to watch. Used to be motherfuckers told you. Now you choose.
Definitely, it's a beautiful. I think the industry's in a beautiful place. People complain about it, but the music industry's been changing since day one.
People complain because motherfuckers like me get to play ball now. That's fucked up.
It's fucked up, man.
Other reason that this whole tour is weird, I suppose, is because that last show dropped on the same day that your battle with Mook dropped.
Yeah.
So you end up with 5 3-minute rounds when all is said and done.
That's how it was written in the contract. That's what it was supposed to be. And to me, I just felt doing something different, having more rounds and keeping them shorter and having more of that energy that I miss from the Scribble Jam days where it was 30 seconds, back and forth forever.
So it's it becomes a dominance thing, or an endurance test. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's who can fucking rap for longer. You know what I mean? Yeah. And really. What's strange to me about the whole situation and about how the battle went is that at no point did you really stop rapping. You know what I mean? Like, I think, you know, it wasn't a situation like Lux in their battle. There's the point he stopped fucking rapping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
but
fucked up.
at no point did you stop rapping. You continued to rap. It's just, it was weird because I'm watching objectively.
Sure.
And I have my opinion about the battle, and I think genuinely there's two consensuses. There's the 5-0 Mook. You know what I mean? But even those people are like, Mook ain't saying shit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then there's the people who are like, how are you going to say that Iron lost the first round? And that's an argument I find a hard time disagreeing with. Like when I'm watching the battle, like I don't see where in the third round, and when the audience does turn on you, it's not like a specific moment, or it's not like it's just like they didn't react to one too many punchlines, so they're like, someone's just like, fuck this, and then boo. But it wasn't like there wasn't like a slip up or something that initiated. Sure. What's going through your head when that first initial like, okay, they're not fucking riding with me right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've been to other Smack battles and just seeing the, you know, of course, a bunch of grind time and other battles and seeing where the scene is at. I just expect there to be positive energy, and for people who paid $75 to come to an event to be into it, you know what I mean? And I think there are a lot of factors at play that made it where at that point in the day.
Oh yeah, it'd been going on for so long, so everyone's like, and they've already seen like so much that like you're really gonna have to like.
Yeah, I mean the first you know, if you watch the Summer Madness from last year, it's like I think DNA X Factor was like the first battle, and people are going crazy for those punchlines. Yeah. And then you see Hollow versus Hitman Holla, and it's kind of a dead battle, not because they're not killing it. But
that's a symptom
the crowd
of.
Is just tired.
I think that's a symptom of large events in general, the King of the Dot events. It's wild how they're able to maintain the energy that they do for the main events, but even still there's a point like midway in the day where it's perfect, you know what I mean? And it's really it's too hard to get, like for a promoter you're gonna put your headline battle on last, you're gonna keep everybody there. Definitely. But you know, at some point it's like, are 10 battles too much for an event? Is 5 battles too much for an event?
I think it's tough because, you know, everybody, you know, myself included, we're all fucking divas and everybody wants to get paid a certain amount of money, and these promoters want to make money, and if you could sell out Webster Hall, 1,500 people, $75 a head, and then you do the math, you know what I mean?
No,
So,
I know, like
but
that
at the same time, it's like, you know, maybe that context doesn't work for battling, or maybe we need to like educate our crowd how to be a crowd. Sometimes, you know, we've all been at Rock the Bells and stuff like that. You need a good host that teaches a crowd how to be a crowd when you have a long event like that. So I think sometimes maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves, or it just needs to be addressed in a kind of a different way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. So on the same token as they're not fucking with you anymore, and they were too, because you were snapping in the beginning, and you were getting the reaction that was necessary. Once they stopped fucking with you, and then Mook goes, and they're fucking reacting to shit that I'm not used to people reacting to. You know what I mean? Did you feel like at some point that you were like, oh shit, like this is I'm like set up for failure at this point?
Definitely, you know. That's wrong. It became, to me, it was like a cultural battle instead of a lyrical battle. You know what I mean? And I guess. It took my heart, man, you know, to be in that situation. And
that's wild. It's like, because a cultural battle is the best way to say it. The other way to say it is stupid. The white-black way to say it, because we're all fans of hip-hop, you know, it's black culture, essentially, you know what I mean? We're cultureless at some point, like hip-hop is our culture. So it's a really, and it's not like a bars over jokes thing anymore either, but it's a culture thing. It's a like, OG dude, OG like hood dude versus OG like rap dude. You know what I mean? And it's like, because
I'm the hood dude and he's the rap dude.
Yeah, definitely in that situation. No, but I'm saying like if you're looking at the content of the bars, you know what I mean? Like you're definitely trying to take a more lyrical approach than Mook is taking, and they're definitely fucking latching on to Mook's approach more. Definitely. Do you think that same battle happens in Toronto or the Bay Area or LA or, you know, any Miami, like Grizzle? You think it's gonna be a completely different battle reaction wise, or like?
Definitely, yeah. I think it's a different outcome. I think even if you do it in a barbershop with no audience or with, you know, 20 people, it should be something that's debatable forever. You know,
you reacted, I guess, in a way that I was surprised by in the third. Because they weren't fucking with you the whole time. yet you kept rapping the whole time? Where you're just like, I'm just gonna fucking get through this. I'm not gonna not spit my bars because in the hopes that like the internet kids will be able to ride, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, I wish I had been able to, you know, I have regrets about how I went about it. You know, I think I could have done what we do and, you know, freestyle and rebuttal and do the thing that, you know, made me dangerous in those, you know, the stuff that put me in Fight Club and put me in those situations with the more hood street battles to be able to still compete. And I wish I had also, you know, directed it at the camera more and in the moment felt that like, all right, fuck this crowd. People are gonna watch this. Let me just perform to the best of my ability. But you know, it's tough to do it in that situation.
well, it's not in the. I think in the fourth they were even riding with you more than they were in the third. For whatever reason, in the third they were just like, I'm not fucking with this guy at all right now. I watched this shit today.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. So
I don't blame you, homie. It's so ugly.
Yeah.
But it happened, and it's
Sure.
like, what now? Where do you go? And first off and foremost, because this is something that I felt about the Lux battle too. Do you think that there's at some point, Smack or Norbs or just URL in general is like banking on Mook winning this battle or Lux winning this battle or whatever? And I'm not trying to like, I have to be objective. Like we are the ESPN of battle rap. So like I have to scrutinize the leagues, you know what I mean? And if I felt the same way about a King of the Dot decision or I felt the same way about an older Grind Time decision and it was relevant, I would say the same thing. But when I watch, you know, Lux and Calico and I watch the way that the battle's introduced, you know what I mean? It's like, Calico, are you motherfucking ready? You know what I mean? Like, and then to some extent, like, they didn't play you like that, like on the intro.
Sure.
But at some point, they're not like, I'm like Organic when the shit went haywire in the cannabis thing. He was like, yo, no, stop this. Like, stop with, put your fucking notebook away. This is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, did you think that at some point that Smack was gonna step in and be like, yo, hold it down, y'all. Like, tell the audience at some point to hold it down. I know that's like, I guess that's like contradictory of what they do over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never heard a hold it down.
Right. Yeah.
But there was definitely like the need for a hold it down.
Sure.
Not just like for their own product, to protect their own product at that point, because they got a video that they paid a lot of money for that they want those replay value views. So they're like, hold it down just so these motherfuckers can, the video stands,
Right, yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, I agree. I think that they would have wanted to be a great battle, you know what I mean? So I'm not really sure what the agenda is, you know, I have a good relationship with Smack, Beasley, Castro, Norbs is definitely my man, so...
Were you just surprised that there wasn't like that?
I was.
That nobody stepped in,
sure.
that Penn didn't step in. They're all standing on stage.
Yeah.
And nobody's saying shit. They got their head down like fucking.
But I think, you know, more than anything, like when you think about what Smack is and what it's grown into, you know, Smack has over a decade of experience throwing street battles and not throwing 1,500 person events. And I think, you know, throwing a 1,500 person event, me being down with EO Dub and seeing the way an actual event gets thrown, seeing them host a 100 person open mic or host, you know, Rocksteady at the pier with like, you know, 10,000 people and how difficult that can be. I think maybe they're just not equipped to handle that kind of crowd at this point.
It's like, and then you go, well, success is based on what? Is it based on numbers?
Sure.
Because they're fucking winning that game. They got the numbers in the door.
Sure.
Like you said, you know, 1,500 people, $75 a ticket. The
a lot of
battle's
money.
already got 500,000 fucking views.
There you go.
Lux
Advertising
and Calico's got. So like, hard to call them losers at the end of the day. Like as far as like, as an event goes, but definitely as like a fan of battle rap, watching a battle, waiting for this battle. And this is something I said on the pre-show, like when we were still pre-recording, I think either the Dumbfounded episode or even before, when Summer Madness was announced, I remember saying, I have the utmost respect for Lux, I have the utmost respect for Solomon and for Mook, because they are risking their reputations in this battle. They could easily just lay back and continue to, you know, keep that status, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But they're jumping back in the ring next to, on the same card as all these cats who have been consistently battling and writing bars and thinking about nothing but, battling for that long, you know what I mean? So I was like, I got the utmost respect for these dudes for risking their reputation in this. How do you feel, what do you think your next battle is going to be, if you do another battle, as a reflection of this shit?
You know, I got to figure out what makes sense for me, you know what I'm saying? This was a pretty like when a battle can be affected by factors that have nothing to do with rapping, it's a little disheartening to me. Where like, you know, it'd have to be a situation that I felt more comfortable about. You know what I mean?
You'd have to be stoked on more than just the dollar amount going.
Oh, definitely. Always. That's always what, you know.
Can I see that? All right. So, enough of fucking my questions.
Yeah, your
Because
questions suck.
fuck me. But these kids at rapmusic.com never fail me when it comes to questions.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely, and they know, I'm not going to ask the completely stupid shit. First question, and one that has been asked a lot, and one that I was actually wondering, do you plan on doing a King of the Dot battle? Is that something that you would think about doing, you know, making an appearance? I know you co-hosted a King of the Dot battle before,
Yeah.
and if you did, I guess opponent is irrelevant. We just kind of said that.
Sure.
You got to think of before you decide an opponent. King of the Dot battle. Is that something that you would
King
want
of
to
the
do?
Dot, I'm like a super fan of. The production value is incredible, and the matchups are really dope. I love the just the diversity of people that they're putting against each other. So it's something that I would consider for sure. I can't say definitely
Yeah.
I would do it, but I'd love to. You know, I've been actually talking to Organic,
Yeah.
and you know, we'll see where that goes.
It could happen. Out of all the King of the Dot roster, and like excluding the kind of like grind time carryovers, who's your favorite kind of Canadian?
I can't say, man. I gotta really study it more because I've been watching stuff, but I don't know like the history, and I feel like a lot of times people get certain things out of context.
You'd say Pat Stay, and they're like, oh, why you like Pat Stay?
Yeah,
That's fucked
yeah,
up. That must
yeah.
mean he don't like the
You just-
source because the source. No, I get you. I understand what
Yeah,
you're saying.
and you know, it's all about context. You know what I'm saying? Like, what makes Mook a legend, what makes anybody a legend, or what, you know, you have to understand who's who and who did what, and you know, the order of operations. So I can't really call it.
Here's a really important question from I Am Achilles. How much did you pay? How much did you pay to get your sideburns to look so immaculate for the ENS battle?
Millions of dollars. I have a super luxurious barber. He's super groovy, and you know, we put in a lot of hours.
Super diamond tipped, fucking razors. It's done very professionally.
Really be talking about it.
Shouldn't even really be talking about this shit.
Not at all.
Okay. I guess we kind of asked you this. All right. What did you think about the crowd at Summer Madness? What was your favorite battle of that night?
Honestly, I didn't really get a chance to watch them all. It was kind of difficult to see what was going on, so I can't really call it. I saw a decent amount of Lux versus Calico. You know, I feel like pretty much everybody got booed that whole night, and I'm not into that. I'm not into paying $75.
I understand the boo culture. I'm the first guy to, if you fuck up, like I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. Boo! You know what I mean? Like that's a rule of thumb for me. But if you're rapping, you're fucking rapping. You're already better than that motherfucker that's in the audience that wants to throw the boo. So I'm usually like, you're gonna have to say some pretty dumb shit for me to boo you.
Yeah, I feel like if you're, you know, if you're really fucking up, it's one thing, but it's like, obviously everybody on that stage deserves to be there. Everybody at pretty much any of these huge battle events these days deserves the respect of people letting them rock, and it's just, it seems like we're self-destructing. You know what I mean? I brought in pay-per-view. A friend of mine who has a great situation with pay-per-view, and it was going to be a pay-per-view event. We had, you know, tens of thousands of dollars on deck for production for it, and now pay-per-view is never interested in doing a smack battle. You know what I mean?
Just because of
how it went. You know,
they're like, we're not gonna put on a fucking boo fest. Wow, that's fucked up.
So I think ultimately that stuff just destroys us, man. Like we're imposing our own glass ceiling by having an event that doesn't go well. You know?
That was kind of a question too, as far as like the glass ceiling goes. Like, where do you see kind of like battling like progressing? And this is a question that we always get asked.
Yeah.
But you're someone who's kind of seen, like, as far as this acapella shit goes, like the whole gamut of it, from when it was done on a corner to fucking, you know, Summer Madness.
Sure.
So like, do you think that it gets bigger from this point? Do you think it gets more controlled from this point? What do you like? What do you think?
I think it's up to us. You know, I think we need to find sources of income that don't rely on ticket sales to live events, because obviously it can be a recipe for disaster, or we just need to do a better job of controlling our audiences. I think that right now battle rap is fucking huge, man. You got people that are, it's like wrestling in that people follow their guys, they have their slogans, they have their colors, you know, they have their armband, whatever the fuck it is, and like, I think that...
And even to the point where, like, where much like wrestling, there's like the cultural aspect of it too, where it's like you got
the
like
bad guy.
but you got like the Mexican dude to ride for, and there's like, you know, like there's like there's Asian guys, and there's the Middle Eastern dudes, and it's all sorts, like everyone could find someone that you identify with.
For sure. So I think it's up to us. It's up to us how far we want to
Should be bigger is the answer to that question.
Definitely.
A lot of dumbass questions like battle shit, like, do you really have one testicle? Have you sworn off Skittles altogether? You know what I mean? Like, did you delete all the Diddy and Busta Rhymes from your iPod? That kind of shit.
Never, man.
Never
Diddy, you know, people are, it's funny, but Diddy's one of my favorite producers because Ready to Die and Life After Death are two of my favorite albums, you know what I mean? And like, it sucks that he was involved in the way that he was. I'm disappointed in him as a cultural figure, but, you know, I won't write them off. And Busta Rhymes shows me mad love all the time. I think he even did an interview afterwards where he was shouting me out. So.
Yeah. I seen that actually. The Trip. They just definitely had, like, you know, Drake was at that King of the Dot event, and it was such a different kind of thing. Yeah. And even Ghostface was at a King of the Dot event too, and just like, or RZA, one of the two. No, it wasn't RZA. Either way, one of the Woo dudes, and they were just pretty. Raekwon. It was definitely fucking Raekwon.
Word.
And they were like, yeah, it's bad. What's going down? But you know, it's, you know what I mean. Like their view on it, like halfway, they got to be like, this is white boy shit. You know what I mean? Depending on like what battle is going down.
Yeah. Oh,
just
and
being realistic.
Technique slapped the shit out of me in front of my father, and that's how I lost my testicle.
He slapped you so hard in front of your father that your testicle fell off. That answers 90% of these fucking questions. So wow, this is great. The Mage wants to know, would you ever battle Disaster? You know,
possibly. I mean, that's one of the biggest names that everybody throws around. You know what I mean? Disaster's a monster. He's clearly, you know, towards the top of the game, at the top of the game. You know, towards the top of his game.
Me and that dude have had like our personal issues, and I've never once denied that he is like, you know, ranked. You know,
what are your guys' personal issues? Lovers.
Come on, man. What the fuck, man? No, nothing at all. Like we're cool, whatever. It's just like cats know, because I be on this show bitching about shit and be like, we don't get along. You know what I mean? Like, just honestly, like, he's so much like my brother, where it's just like, it's almost irritating. Dude, anyone who knows my brother knows that he's an asshole. But like, regardless of whatever, like, he is that dude. So I imagine that if you were ever gonna do a battle, that would be someone that
definitely he's on a short list for sure.
Has anybody ever told you you look like a male version of O'Blimey?
O'Blimey? No. Never heard that until just now. I feel like you might be hitting on
Shouts to John Nada, because nobody has ever said that, and I'm like, hey man, that could, not bad, John, not bad. Okay, D Tibbs wants to know, do stereotypical Jews, aka Solcon, annoy you?
No.
I threw the aka Solcon in there. He just said stereotypical Jews. Shouts to Con, he got married, by the way. Congratulations, man.
Word, congrats. It's a beautiful thing. You know, I think if there's a negative stereotype and somebody's acting it out.
As much as bad Asian drivers probably annoy Asian folks and all that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you talked to Jin recently? MC Focus wants to know. I don't know what that like would be.
No, I haven't talked to Jin. I tried to reach out to him because I was registering all my battles with ASCAP, and I wanted to make sure that the people I was battling got money that they deserved. And I think we may have communicated on email, but that was the last time.
Cats think like just because you battled somebody, you'd be like, oh, and then they send each other Christmas cards for the rest of their lives and shit.
I fuck with everybody that, you know, I really honestly want to see everybody win, and so, you know, to me it's, we all have so much more in common than not. Like, we all love rap music to like a perverse level, and that makes us unique and similar in a lot more ways than most people, you know what I mean?